Hey, hello there, guys. I'm sure you remember me from my last video where I had a few issues with the front suspension of the Interceptor, right? And today I'm trying to address it. I'm not sure if this works for everybody, but this has definitely worked for me. So let's not waste any more time and let's get to the solution. And if you haven't watched the previous video, you might not know the issue. So the issue is just about high speed wobble, which I don't think anybody has spoken about yet on the internet yet. There are very few, like rare. The only wobbles that they speak about is the low speed ones that are related to the bearing or the T-fork nut. So this is not the issue with my bike and a few more bikes that I've heard it from. This is specifically about high speed. When you touch the speeds of 130 or 140, the front end starts to wobble. So let me show you guys what I have done, and hopefully it helps you guys as well. And stay tuned. Hey there, guys. So this is my Interceptor, and I will be showing you a small modification or an accessory that I've added to make the front end wobble disappear or probably make it better. So let's move on to the accessory I've installed. So yes, so as you can see, when you go at high speeds and you're riding this bike, what tends to happen is that this handlebar starts to wobble like this. The whole bike starts feeling like it's wobbling. So I heard a lot of issues. A lot of resolution stating that it's because of the front end, or maybe it's the tires are not good, and probably get the alignment of the back wheel and the front wheel, the back wheel and the front wheel aligned again. I've done all this just to save you time, and nothing how it worked. So right now I'm going to show you something that I have done, and which as of now has solved my high speed wobble. So let's get on to it and look at it very closely. So if you look at it closely, I'm sure you see something different on the fork nuts of my forks. So these are adjustable fork nuts that I got from TEC parts in UK, and these aren't actually meant for the Interceptor or the GT650. These are originally made for the Triumph Bonneville 1200, if I'm not wrong, right? And the reason I got this and not, they even have their own fork nut adjusters for the Interceptor and the GT, like specifically. But the problem with those are that they are pretty long, and if I have to install them, I had to get a handlebar raiser. You can see the gap is very small here. So I didn't want to get a handlebar raiser. I thought it would somehow not go in line with the looks of I want on this bike. So instead I did a few the small research, and then I came to know about that the T100 fork nut does fit the Interceptor as well. So as you can see, this is a very simple job. I'm sure you can see your original fork nut now of the Interceptor or the GT. You just have to ensure you loosen these and get the handlebar out of the way, so you can easily remove the fork nut. It's a 5-minute job really, and get these fork nuts installed. So what makes this fork nut erase the the wobbling issue? The whole technicality of this fork nut comes from this nut you can see here, the silver or aluminum-ish nut that you have here, right? So this nut actually rotates. So now if I rotate this counterclockwise, you can see it's rotating, right? And I'm going back to the same spot because I don't want to spoil my adjustability. So this if you rotate it anti-clockwise, the nut comes up, thereby releasing a lot of pressure from the whole fork here, like top to bottom. The nut loosening releases the pressure on it. On both the sides it's the same. And if in case you want to tighten them, you obviously rotate them clockwise. So what this does is this tightens the whole setup. The whole front setup of your bike is tightened. So now any minor dents also, dents on the road or a small hiccup would be felt if you tighten them completely down to the bottom here. But what this in turn does is, for highway riding, is it stiffens the suspension and does not let the wobble come in. The wobble initially starts because the suspension is too soft and it keeps hitting your bike every now and then, and this causes the front end to lose its balance. So what this primarily does is stiffens the suspension even more, so that the vibration is felt throughout, if not only the suspension. It's not a vibration as such, but a jolt of or a small bump. But this does not let you lose your front end grip. What happens is, generally when you sit on this bike and you're cruising at high speeds, maximum of the load is on the back wheel. When you're accelerating, the torque, the momentum, and the front end somehow becomes very light. So whenever it's that light, suspension is hitting up, it makes the front end wobble. So to fix that, this is what I have installed from my end. Again, this is from TC Parts. This is imported from the UK, right? So they cost around $7,000. 7,000 rupees, Indian rupees. And after importing, it might come to, I'm not sure, around 8.5, because I got it for a better deal. I just got them for 5,100, right, as an overall deal. Because I have a friend that would help me out in this case. So in case you do reach out to your friend in UK and let them know about this. In case you're specifically interested only in the Royal Enfield Interceptor GT model, do have a look at the website. Just Google TEC bike parts and you will get your own. But in that case, for the Interceptor, you'll have to put a handlebar razor, which I didn't want to do again. So this is my solution from this is my solution for the front end wobble at high speeds for the Interceptor. And do let me know if you found this helpful, or it did work for you. If it did not work for you, also do let me know. So maybe I can try to go about and finding more solutions for this. And just like to say thank you so much for your time. And yes, I'd like to know that my bike is finally home. That is Goa. I bought this in Tamil Nadu, but I am from Goa, so I was happy when I got it here. And these scenes you can see are from Goa. So thank you again for your time, everyone, and have a pleasant weekend. Bye bye.